Good morning, everybody. Today I am at Glacier Crossing Park. It is a park that's kind of halfway in between Angel Park, which is kind of by downtown, and the Sunbury High School. So it's in the little neighborhood right off of there. Also, one really cool thing that I saw this morning, there's a really cool old car that's sitting right there. That is a Chevrolet Nomad, kind of a station wagon. God, I love classic old cars. It is a huge passion of mine. I just think they're really cool. Kind of a time capsule. So really awesome. So, welcome to day 4 of the T-Rex training program. Today we're going to have another safety topic, and then we are going to discuss freestyle. What is the freestyle? What are some of the skills that we can develop to know the freestyle? And what are some things that you can practice at home to try to get better at freestyle just right here on land, okay? So our safety topic for today is too much sun is no fun. Too much sun is no fun. So the sun emits what are called UV rays, so ultraviolet rays. These rays can sometimes burn our skin, all right? So it causes our skin to burn, and it does damage to our skin then, okay? And we do not want damage to our skin because that can cause a lot of health issues as you get older. So to best protect yourself from the sun, there's a couple things that we can do. Put on sunscreen, okay? Sunscreen has some materials in it that allow, so the sun would hit you, but then it'll bounce right off your skin. So therefore, the rays from the sun are not going to burn you. So that's how sunscreen works, is you put it on your skin, just kind of like a lotion, okay? And then when the sun hits your skin, it hits the sunscreen on your skin, but then it bounces that UV off, so it prevents your skin from getting burned, okay? Other things that you can do, wear a hat, okay? A hat is going to cause some shade around your head so that your ears and your nose and your face and your neck as well can be prevented from getting burned, okay? Wearing some protective clothing as well, right? So long sleeve shirts, longer pants. That is a very easy and effective way to prevent your skin from getting burned from the sun. And also, you'll notice that when the sun comes out from behind the clouds, I am in the shade right now. So I've got some really tall trees around me, and so I'm able to stay in the shade, and that's going to prevent the sun from harming my skin. Okay, so shade and finding those shady spots is also a very smart way to prevent yourself from getting sunburned. Okay, tents, umbrellas, anything that can produce shade is also another way that keeps you out of harm's way from that sun. Okay, so prevent yourself from getting burned. Too much sun is no fun. All right, sunburns can hurt. All right, they are not comfortable. So prevent yourself from getting burned. So we're gonna talk about the freestyle today. All right, what is the freestyle? What does it look like? What are some of the skills that make up that stroke? And what are some things that you can try at home to become better at freestyle? So freestyle has a couple of parts. All right, so we're gonna talk about our body position, talk about what our arms do, talk about what our legs do, okay? So your body position, you're on your front, okay? So freestyle is a stroke where you are on your front, your eyes are looking down towards the bottom of the pool, okay? Your arms are alternating, meaning that they're going one at a time, okay? So we call them in swim lessons, we call them our digger arms. We're reaching out, we're digging that water, or we're pushing that water to our feet. So what you're doing is you're creating what is called a catch. So you reach out, you're going to push that water with both your forearm, which is that part right here, forearm, and then your hand. So you're creating that dig by pushing that water with your forearm and your hand, and you're pushing it all the way back towards your feet, okay? So as one arm is recovering, so recovering means that I've pushed all that water back and I'm recovering to get my arm forward again to take another pull. Okay, so as one arm is recovering, that other arm is doing that pull. So your arms are doing opposite things as you're swimming freestyle. So you've got the pull, and then you have the recovery. Notice that my elbow is high in that recovery. All of my arm is going to be out of the water when I recover to bring it back forward. Okay? So that's what your arms are doing. Your legs are doing what's called a flutter kick. Okay? So they're also alternating one at a time. So I have my toes pointed. Okay? So they're not flexed like this, they are pointed. And I'm going up and down just like this. Okay? That kick in your freestyle, it's like your motor, all right? It's something that's staying constant behind you. And your kick actually determines how fast your arms can go. So the faster you kick, the faster your arms are going to want to go to keep up with that kick. Another thing, so freestyle is what's called a long axis stroke. A long axis stroke. If you think about the earth, right, so you probably learned this in school, that earth is on an axis. So imagine that there is a pole going straight through the middle of our planet, the middle of earth. And then they also probably talked about how earth is tilted on an axis, and that's actually what creates our seasons. So here in Wisconsin, right, we've got 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Okay, so it's that tilt that kind of creates those seasons. So kind of cool. So imagine Earth on an axis, or if you've ever seen a globe in your classroom, you've got a pole that goes right through the Earth. Okay, in freestyle, you're going to imagine that you have a pole going from the middle of your head all the way down through to the middle of your feet. Okay, so when you swim, you are rotating around that imaginary pole, that imaginary axis. Okay, much like Earth rotates around its axis, we're going to rotate around that long axis. Okay, so when you take a stroke and when you swim freestyle, you're going to be rotating from side to side. Okay, so some things that you can practice at home, some ways that you can practice this stroke. So laying down and just doing those flutter kicks, that's one way to practice. So pointing your toes, you're not kicking really, really high and wide. It should be low and they should be pretty much together, just like this. So that's one way to practice your flutter kicks. A way to practice your strokes: bend at your waist and then just pretend like you're swimming freestyle. So pretend like there's some water right here. Recover, take a stroke. Notice that as one arm is taking the stroke and pulling, the other arm is recovering to get back out in front. Okay, so just practice that motion. And then one last thing that you can try is just practicing those rotations along that imaginary axis. So pretending like I'm standing up swimming. Notice, look at how my arms are recovering or pulling. And then notice how I am rotating from side to side. And usually that rotation is coming from our hips. So we start by rotating our hips, and notice that I'm letting my body, so my shoulders, even a little bit my legs, are rotating because of my hips. Okay? All right, so that is the freestyle. All right, so join us next time. Day 5, we'll talk about another safety topic, and then we will talk about backstroke. Backstroke is the other long axis stroke. Okay, so we'll talk more about that on day 5. All right, good job. Thank you for sticking with us so far. Hope that you enjoyed it. Hope that you learned something, and we'll see you next time. Bye.